New York Post editorial board tore into state leadership, or lack thereof, on the border issue. An op-ed yesterday is asking Governor Hochul of New York, Governor Hochul knows the immigrant crisis is national. Why won't she act like it? Will Cain, Fox & Friends Weekend co-host, is here with me on the Mez today. Always great to have you in focus.
Thank you.
Let's start with those numbers. 400,000 versus 400 people in the last 11 days. The bigger number at the southern border, and obviously the smaller number here in New York. It communicates to me maybe something was broken before all of this started, and the governor's just shining a light on it.
Something broken in New York City. Obviously something broken at the national level when it comes to illegal immigration. The irony is so thick. This is so rich. To hear New York City officials complain about 400 illegal immigrants arriving at their doorstep, when, as Nate points out, 400,000 in that one sector. This is simply, it is a political ploy. I will grant those critics that of Governor Greg Abbott. It is a political ploy, not designed to improve his reelection, in my estimation, but to send a message and give a taste of what the southern border is experiencing. It's just simply beyond irony to see them now complain.
Well, Democrats have got to be rather frustrated and embarrassed, because what the governor has done is he's taken the pulpit that he has at the moment, and he's decided to say exactly what the truth is from the pulpit. They don't want that. They want him to have to fight this fight to win to be governor again. What they aren't considering is maybe he cares a lot more than they do about this situation, which is why he's willing to spend some capital.
You mentioned embarrassment, the seemingly lack of self-awareness, obviously, in this complaint. But they also don't seem to understand we all have our own eyes. Right. These illegal immigrants are arriving in New York City to a reception line. We played video of that on Fox & Friends this weekend. I'm talking about people high-fiving, the immigrants coming off the bus, fists in the air, smiling. This is not a humanitarian crisis in the effect that they are arriving sick or in bad conditions. They are arriving on 3-day bus trips voluntarily, according to that Texas official, and being met with a celebratory line. This is a sanctuary city, New York. Guess what? You're now sanctuary.
Wow. Yeah, cameras out, by the way, documenting their own journeys for the world to see, and perhaps for some of those municipalities to help those sanctuary cities out, too. A new op-ed says President Biden should be up for Lie of the Year after making these comments on inflation last week.
Actually, I just want to say a number. 0. Today, we received news that our economy had 0% inflation in the month of July. 0%. Here's what that means. While the price of some things went up last month, the price of other things went down by the same amount. The result, 0 inflation last month.
And he did explain it there. Art Laffer said we need the whole truth. And what maybe was missing there is that really didn't help the overall inflationary number, which was still 8.5 in July, still near a 4-decade high. We're in trouble. And on breakfast foods like eggs and baby food is among there too, but milk has gone up, coffee's gone up like 28% as well. On those items that you see on your screen right now, that's where we're still feeling that 8.5% year to year. It matters. He might have just added that line, the whole truth or nothing but. The op-ed points out the media are turning a blind eye. Crickets from the usual fact checkers. Well,
you know, I don't want to steal any lines, so let me give credit to Dan Bongino and Joe Concha, who had an op-ed in The Hill. Claiming 0% inflation as a victory is a bit like a football team who's given up 42 points through the first 3 quarters, but then manages to hold it to a 42-point loss, and then afterwards say, well, our defense really held up in the 4th quarter. It's a joke, and credit to Concha and Bongino for that analogy. You point out the lack of a fact check on this. Look, I have opinions about the way you conduct yourself in media. I believe, Harris, that our job to achieve objectivity is an aspiration, but it's not a status. You don't arrive at objectivity, you target truth and honesty. And one of the ways you do that is being honest with the audience about your own opinions. We all hold biases, and then you try to give the audience information so that they have full information about what is going on, about the storyteller and the story. What I'm getting at is this. There is no more insidious lie than the concept of a fact checker. They are not unbiased. They are not objective. PolitiFact is a joke. But what's insidious is they do not own their own bias. They are not objective. They pretend to be the gods on the high mount telling you the truth. But they are simply biased like everyone else. They just lie about their bias.
Wow. All of that is true. I mean, everybody comes to the plate with their lived experience.
Yes.
And the goal is to be able to tell the truth.
Yes.
Period. And to help people find the truth. You put that so beautifully. So what do we do when the president stands there and he explains what the zero is and he doesn't talk about the context for the American people who, you know, most people are we're busy in our lives. We'll walk away and say, oh, inflation's down to zero. Give them a gold star.
It's just, but the sad thing is, Harris, it's this week. Next week, it will be some other spin, some other lie. And all of those perceived fact checkers would have had their fingers on the typewriter, on the keyboard, their pens out, and their pencils sharpened, or at a different president in office, or at one just a few years ago.
Wow. That is very transparent. Will Cain, thank you for being in focus. As always, good to see you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.